So I just want to share with you just a couple of reflections. First of all, the last week I took part in a week of fundraising, and for 2 nights it was at a wine tasting kind of thing. And that's okay, you know, Jesus drank wine, so I figured that was okay. So that was part of how we did some things. And I sat next to a winemaker, and of course he's from California, and the host had supported the trip. And she was telling the winemaker about sending all our wonderful youth and orchestra and leaders to South Africa. And this winemaker kept saying, why? Why go all the way there? And I say, well, because we believe we should do mission abroad. And they say, why not just stay in your own community? Why not stay there? And I said, yeah, you've got to take care of your own community. You have to do that too. You have to do both. And then he just kept saying, well, why not just do all your work here and let them be? And finally, I had to get religious on him. And I said, because Jesus said to. And he turned to the person next to us and started talking to them. It's usually the way that works. But that's really what this is all about. Jesus said, go unto all nations, sharing the good news and making disciples. And that's what we do. We don't neglect those who are in our midst, but we also go all over the world. And what you have done in sponsoring our youth, our orchestra, to be able to go to South Africa, you've empowered them to have a view of the world and a view of themselves that is larger than what they had before. And I love what you said about realizing potential within yourself, that you have potential to touch the lives of children in ways that maybe you didn't think you had. So I think that it's just an amazing thing what you've accomplished. And let me tell you, in Scripture it also says, thou shalt not be proud. Well, forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned, all right? I am so proud of what you've accomplished and what you're doing, and really proud that you're playing here tonight and that we're the recipients of it. So thank you and our youth for traveling, Lindsay and others who traveled to go to South Africa. Thank you for all that you brought us here tonight. This is either our 4th or 5th trip to South Africa. Joanne went first. She came back. She got some of us to go. We went back a second time. So that would be 3 there with Joanne. And then we went to do a wedding that never happened. And so it turned into, it's a 6th. And so that turned into a mission trip. But what I just want to make sure everybody understands, did you see the pictures of the lights? Does everyone understand what that's all about? All right? So the lights there have become a very important fundraiser for the children's home. In South Africa, if you follow South African politics at all, you know that the government is really trying to do its very best, but they're really having a hard time delivering on promised funding. And so the children's home has really lost lots of funding over the last many years. And they've had to get creative. Many years ago, Catherine and Christy, her son, who managed the home, they had come to visit. I believe this is the story. It was during December and the holidays here, and they saw all the lights that we Americans love to put out. Well, their Christmas is not in the middle of a cold time, it's in the middle of warmer time, right? And so they don't do the lights. They don't do a lot of the lights. And so they brought back to the children's home this light festival. And so it has grown and grown and grown. They used to just do it for the local folks, and now people drive all the way from Potchefstroom. They drive and they'll get a hotel there in Potchefstroom just to see the light festival. Tim Tebow went to see the light festival and married a woman from Potchefstroom. I don't know if he went to see the light festival, but he married a woman from Potchefstroom. So that's what they're doing. That's what those lights are about. So the reason I'm speaking to you as a proud pastor I'm also speaking to you because I'm wearing a tie. All right? And many people know that I wear a tie for two occasions. One is a memorial, which I did earlier today, and the other is to ask for money. And that's what I do. It costs a good bit of money to send these folks over there. Somewhere around $90,000, is that correct? And we raised $85,000. And that's amazing in itself. That's amazing. And so that leaves us about $5,000 short. And I went to the trustees and I said, let's just write it off. Yeah, there must be a trustee out there. Trustee said, nah, let's not. Let's just see what we can do and let folks know that that's where we are. Just let them know, and we'll see if we can cover that. Because the other thing that we need to realize, this was such an important event, it's not going to be the last one. They may not go back to South Africa as a group, but you're going to go to Colorado. And if you think there are Christian opportunities in South Africa, Colorado's full of wicked, sinful people. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, they're going to do some good work in Colorado, let me tell you what. And they're going to go other places. So as we try to close out this trip, we do so as we look to get going on another one. And that's exactly what we're asked to do, because Jesus told us in the Great Commission that we're not to stand still, we're to go. And that's what that cross means. That's why it's bowed like that. That's why it denotes movement. It's called the Mathetes cross, the disciples cross, because we're to go, we're to move, and we're to go where the Lord leads us. So we just want to leave that with you. You can see Jacob, or you can just make a gift during church or sometime, or just call Shirley if you need end of the year giving opportunities. Getting ahead of myself, aren't I? This is really bad. If you need end of January giving opportunities, but anyway. So thank you for your time, and again, we are blessed. And if anybody knows, one of my favorite sayings is that we're a 5-talent church. We're not a 2-talent church, we're not a 1-talent church. We've been given 5 talents, and we have to grow those 5 talents. And we need to make sure we do that. Because if you are blessed, there's an expectation that you will be what? A blessing. And that's what we need to be. You're a blessing to us, and again, we thank you as congregation, friends, and family for all your great work. We thank our youth that were in the orchestra, Lindsay and others who went and did just a great job in your endeavor. So thank you for that. And again, all of you as chaplains, raise your hand. They spent over 90 hours in the air on a plane. No, I don't know how many, a lot. And we want to thank you for that. And finally, we want to thank Blessed Manna, who can't hear us, for the wonderful food. And also Linda Zellweger, who's in there helping and cleaning up and just doing things unsung in the background. So we keep her in our prayers. Thank you. All right, Jacob. Is that good? All right. Got to get the okay from Jacob. One of the other things I just quickly share about Jacob, take that. So, if you have seen any of our live streams lately, did anyone see a live stream last Sunday? You saw the 12 o'clock live stream? Jacob was playing Staying Alive during the, it wasn't Staying Alive, it was another. It was Night Fever. He was playing Night Fever during the prayer of confession, which, if you get a chance, go back and look at the 11 o'clock service. We're sitting there watching, and all of a sudden, Night Fever comes on. It's like, wow, that is a good confession if I ever heard one. So, thank you for that, Jacob. Here you go. Thank you.